how's it going, everybody? I'm Sean.
And I'm Ryan.
And we're the Natural Gamers, and today we're going to be talking about our most anticipated games of 2012.
Wow.
Yeah, we're already here.
Actually,
we're already in 2012.
Yeah.
And guess what's been going on for the past few weeks in gaming?
Nothing.
Dick.
Well, no, nothing.
No like major releases. I think the first major release that's coming out this year is SSX, which actually, I don't know if that's one of my most anticipated, but I actually really love the SSX series. I'll be honest, like I kind of forgot all about that there was one coming out.
Best snowboarding game I've ever played. I mean, it's just super fun.
It's pretty much going out your standard like reboot route.
It's actually
where they don't have any subtitles and they don't have any numbers anymore. They're it's just SSX again.
Yeah. Well, I just think I think it's actually more fun with a friend play. I don't know. I don't know why.
I think all sports games, I think in general, are a lot funner when you have competitive, like when you're racing somebody or trying to get more points than somebody, and all the cool shit you can do in SSX. It's pretty cool. Actually. It
is. I like the moves. It's kind of like I think it's ridiculous.
No, it is. It's totally ridiculous. Yeah. It's not like a realistic board.
I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. I was surprised when I saw that on the computer. I was like, oh wow, like that's.
Oh, they're making another one. Yeah. Like I kind of like didn't know about it until like probably like a month or two ago.
Yeah. And
then I forgot about it again because it's not like I'm not like hotly anticipating.
No, I don't care.
Oh, another game that I'm not hotly anticipating that comes out, I believe the same day, is Final Fantasy 13-2. Don't really care. I don't know. I'm gonna give Final Fantasy 13 another shot, and I'll probably get 13-2 like in 3 months when it's $20. I'll pick it up in a few months when the price drops.
At least for the visuals.
For the visuals, I did read a review. There's already a review in Game Informer, which you can't always trust Game Informer. But
corporate.
But yeah,
bastards.
Owned by GameStop. I mean, what do you think?
It's okay.
You get a free subscription when you do the yearly thing, or that's really what you're paying for, or whatever. But they're in bed with these corporations that act all corporate and stuff. Yeah, little Team America there. Okay, so let's go down our first anticipated game.
Well, not like first.
These are in random order except for the last one.
Last two.
The last. Well, each of us are last.
We have different ones. Surprisingly,
yes. We have two different ones, but you'll actually probably understand because there's a generational gap going on here. Yeah. So, but let's start it off.
Aliens.
Colonial Marines. Yes. Actually, I saw some gameplay footage. Looked kind of cool.
Does that have anything to do with the movies?
Yeah, it's actually the direct sequel to Aliens.
The first.
That's why it's actually called.
That's the second one. Right?
Yeah, the one with the Marines and stuff, and they go to LBJ-17, that planet, and they find the little girl, and that's the one with the Queen alien and all that stuff. So it kind of looks like it's going to be similar to that movie, where it's like just a balls to the wall kind of action experience. You're fighting aliens. You're a Marine. Kind of like the funnest way to play Alien vs Predator. That old game was being a Marine versus the aliens and predators.
Maybe you can be, maybe if you like the Alien movies, maybe this will add some storyline to it.
It does. No, it is. It's in canon. Okay, next one.
Syndicate.
Syndicate, which is kind of a revival of an old series.
I have no idea what it is.
Started on the PC. It's kind of like a strategy, kind of corporate espionage type game. Actually, I have the Sega Genesis version of it, the port.
Oh, okay.
I have it.
Okay.
Yeah,
so it's like
I have it over there, and maybe I'll do a review of that as well.
Syndicate.
Like when we play the new one, because we're definitely getting Syndicate, so we'll be playing that, and I'll be able to kind of, it's kind of a beloved cult franchise, and people were really pissed because they've gone to a first-person route with it.
So was it like wasn't it like tactical?
It's kind of like way overhead bird's eye view.
Command and Conquer.
And like you have these guys who have different abilities and stuff like that, and you break into places and you have to kill bad guys. It's fun. It's cool. It's cool. What's the next one?
Last Guardian, Team Eco, correct?
Team Eco, the guys who created Shadow of Colossus and Eco. I believe the guy's last name is like Udameto or something like that. The main lead designer guy. This game's been in development for like 5 years, like ever since like the PS3 was announced or something. Like it's been in development forever. Like the last anybody ever saw of it was like years ago. It was a few years ago. It was like 3 years ago. And actually, there was a big kerfuffle earlier this year. Everybody thought it was canceled because GameStop called all the people with pre-orders and said, "Last Guardian's been canceled." And then Sony had to come out and be like, no, it's not canceled. And then the lead designer guy like left Sony or something like that, and
And
but he's like still working on the game as a contractor, so it's all like, so who the fuck knows when this game's gonna come out? It was supposed to come out December 31st of this year, of last year. Now it's said. Now it
says. I think it's just to be announced.
Yes, yeah, to be announced. Basically, they always say it's like December 31st, 2012. That's what it is now.
I'm curious to see what they'll do with it because I loved like the art style that they did with Shadow of the Colossus. I didn't play Eco, but we have it, and I will get on to playing that. But like I'm curious to see like what they have next because their games are different. Like they're unique.
They have like a very unique tone to them.
Yeah.
Like where they really and the cool thing about like Eco and Shadow Colossus, and it looks like from what I've seen in The Last Guardian, they all look like they exist in the same world. Like there's an aesthetic like continuity throughout all the games that I really like, and they're always like very like poignant and soulful. Like even though they don't say much in the story and stuff, like you feel it. Like Shadow of Colossus, when you really
sad.
It's a really sad story. Like you really think about it, this guy he's like wants to cheat death, but like so he makes this deal with basically the devil or God or whatever you want to call him to like wipe out the last of the Colossi, like wipe out a race.
16.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
That game's hard.
Yeah, we're actually replaying it right now as we speak. Next game,
Ni no Kuni.
Ni no Kuni, made by Studio Ghibli. Studio Ghibli are the guys that made like Howl's Moving Castle and Princess Mononoke.
So they made movies.
Yeah, it's from, and they're using that studios basically. We wanted to make a game, so it's the art style from those movies and whatnot. And it literally looks like you're playing a Studio Ghibli game if you've seen some screenshots. If you've seen the latest game,
like it looks like you're watching a movie, kind of. Like is that what you're saying?
It looks like you're like controlling like people
how?
in a cartoon. Like in a cartoon, it's crazy. Like it really like the way it looks. They did such a good job.
Maybe like I'm sure that'll have a pretty good story because I really like the Moving Castle movie.
Howl's Moving Castle and Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away.
Very good.
I think Howl's Moving Castle is probably my favorite actually.
I really enjoyed those movies. Tomb Raider. Wow, it's like a revival. It's like kind of a prequel to all the other ones.
Basically, it's gonna see if he can nut punch Nathan Drake.
See, I'm curious.
See if Lara Croft can take back her crown. She's a little pissed.
She might get it too, cause this like looks awesome. Like I gotta say, like I just saw like first 5-10 minutes of gameplay.
Yes, I hope it's and I like because I don't mind it in the Uncharted games, but I just hope and usually they find like a good balance for the quick time events.
Yeah.
We watched that first like 20 minutes of the game, like the demo that they showed at E3.
Yeah.
And like it's pretty quick time event heavy, but
we'll see.
No, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean that's only a very short period.
And it looks a lot more dark than it's.
Yeah, well, she's like a college student.
Yeah.
And she's not Lara Croft yet. Like, so
I guess this is like the birth of what she is.
Yeah, the birth of the legend.
Birth of the legend. BioShock Infinite is our next.
BioShock Infinite. Can't wait for this game actually.
It's like totally different from the other BioShocks.
Well, I mean, it's like the whole like bio or shock and used to be System Shock. Like that's just kind of like their thing they do. But BioShock Infinite looks fucking incredible.
It's like a sky world.
It's like this completely original world that they created. You know it's gonna be like have an interesting like story with great voice acting and everything, just like BioShock did. Because it's Adam Levine, actually the guy who did BioShock. Because a different studio did BioShock too, and it was a disappointment.
Well, I don't think was it terrible though. Like,
no, it's not terrible. You can totally play it. It's totally playable, but it's not like it feels more like an add-on pack.
Okay.
Like DLC almost.
Because they did something weird with BioShock too. Like
you're a big daddy. No, you are.
You are a big daddy.
You are a big daddy.
Right. Okay, you're not the Jack or whatever.
But anyways, moving on.
Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time. I really like Sly Cooper. I played all the other ones. Not necessarily, I didn't initially beat them, but I did play them and I really enjoyed them. And I'm just kind of curious. I think they have like a multiplayer aspect like Thieves in Time.
They probably do. Like I don't know. Like Sly Cooper was a cool probably one of the best platforming series for the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
And actually of that era.
They had a great lineup though. Like Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank were really good games.
No, they did. No, there was other ones too. But I think there was something like specifically unique about Sly Cooper. Like and part of it was the cell shaded graphics and the kind of 2D meets 3D type of like way of playing the game and all the like the different mini game stuff that was in it. Like there was a lot of variety in the Sly Cooper games, and they were pretty fun. They were cool. Actually, I would like to get
fun with them. The HD collection.
I'd like to get that actually. Yeah.
Next one. This is a big one. A lot of people are anticipating. This is Max Payne 3.
Hell yeah.
Wow, it's kind of weird. It's like kind of.
I'm so excited it's finally coming out.
Yeah, old washed up. Max Payne is. Back in the game.
He's like in Brazil.
Yeah.
Like, and he's, but it looks like Max Payne though. They still make, and like, if you watch the trailer and stuff, and like, it's got that voice voice over again. You're like, yes.
Actually, we downloaded that. Sean got it on Steam, and
the first two,
it's like gone. There's like, I don't know, it's fucked up.
There's a glitch with the Steam version. I haven't tried it again. It might be fixed by now. They might have like downloaded a patch or whatever. Because Steam's always automatically downloading something.
So that was awesome. That was a great like narrative. Part of the game.
Hell yeah! Like those games are great, and they're kind of great in the same way. Things like LA Noire were great and stuff like, because they are like these crime noir stories put into a video game. And the same reason like Red Dead Redemption is like an awesome game. Yeah. Half what makes that game awesome is just because you're living in a Western world, basically. Basically what makes Max Payne awesome is you're playing a gritty crime thriller. Like, you're playing it though. Like, that's kind of what makes it cool.
Yeah.
Because if it didn't have that, it would just be like a standard shooter with bullet time.
I feel like is this like a
and create a bullet time too.
Stereotypical like return for a lot of things though, like the old washed up dog.
Everything, kind of like everything. Yeah. The past like 2 years, there's been like this big like push to like bring all these old IPs back, like all these old franchises, just like they were started doing with movies. Like they're like, well, it's been 20 years since we made one of these. Let's get the gang back together. And
that didn't work out for Indiana Jones.
Didn't work out for Indiana Jones, but we're Star Wars.
Since we brought up Rockstar, we didn't. I don't know why we put it on the list. Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, shit.
Pretty sure it's coming out this year.
Yeah, it is. It'll probably come out this fall.
I'm really like excited because they always like delay.
They always top themselves.
Yeah, they always do good. So I'm curious to see what they'll do with that.
Yeah, you know it's gonna be. You know it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be one of the best games to come out this year.
The protagonist.
Oh, there'll be somebody.
Did they announce it yet?
No, there's always somebody new.
Well, I know that. I'm just saying.
It's taking place like in Vinewood or Pinewood.
It's like Miami, I think.
No, it's like right next to San Andreas.
No, I'm saying I think they're going with the Miami vibe. I don't know. Like,
no.
Is that
like, you know where San Andreas?
Like there's an actual San Andreas in the global world?
No, in that universe.
No, I'm talking about.
It's modeled after LA.
Oh, okay, LA.
And San Andreas is part of their fictional LA.
Because
they talk about Vinewood.
San Andreas is like a gangster like ghetto.
It's like the
ghetto.
Like Compton.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Borderlands 2.
Borderlands 2. Love Borderlands.
What wonder they're gonna do though? Like I don't know.
I think it's gonna be just a refinement of what they did, and probably make it the single player funner.
Probably.
Because that game really is.
Can get dull at times.
It's very dull if you don't have
a little bit.
If you don't have a partner.
Yeah.
If you have somebody else to go, because it's basically just treasure hunting. And that's what you're doing the whole game. And if you don't have like another person there just to like fuck around with and stuff like that, it can get a little dull. So I hope they, when they're thinking of the single player experience, I hope they like make it more
story,
like a more of a narrative push, so it just keeps you interested really. Because that's why I never finished the game.
But
like,
there was a presence of story in that game.
No, it's there. It's just in the background. That's all.
The Darkness 2.
Darkness 2.
That's not fairly one of the first.
It was one of the PS3. The first Darkness was one of the launch games for the PS3, and it was like one of those really pleasant surprises because I bought it on a whim because it was new PS3. We had just gotten the PS3. Cool. Like no fucking new games. Like you were just dying for a new goddamn game. And like, so that was one of those like, all right, well, I'll get this because it was the game that came out that week. It was like either that or like Rainbow Six Vegas or something. And like, they suck. They don't suck, but it's not really my cup of tea. So, but then I ended up getting the Darkness when I'm finding out it's like based on a comic book and it's like this big crazy like kind of cool like
it is cool
gangster story, and I'm really looking forward to the second one. So
Far Cry 3.
Far Cry 3, that's really all you. So you talk about that.
I mean, I've played the other Far Cry's and I thought they were good. I thought Far Cry 2 was better than the first one. People might think differently, but I don't know. I'm just excited about it.
Far Cry 2, didn't they go the open world? Like
it is more open world.
They kind of did they went like the first Crisis route, where it's like you can get through situations like a bunch of different ways because there's no linear path. Like you can go like any which way you can get.
I'm just curious to see what they'll do, but I'm sure it'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be good. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, what's next?
South Park the game.
South Park the game. Well, it's more of a curiosity.
More of a curiosity, yes. But I'm like, is it like a quest giver game?
Well, it's
supposed to ask Cartman to do stuff.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like kind of like a standard, very straight up RPG. It's being made by Obsidian Entertainment, the guys who did Fallout New Vegas.
Written by Trey Parker and Matt Stone, so it should be hilarious.
Yeah, so it should be I'm looking forward to it. Like I'm more curious, but like I'm sure. But if Obsidian's doing it, like I'm sure it'll be interesting as a game as well.
What next one? The sequel or whatever it is to Metro
2033.
2033.
Metro Last Light.
Last Light.
Yeah. We actually had Metro 2033 like recommended to us by our YouTube user, one of our subscribers, DU Fingerpaint. Really good recommendation because we were loving the game. We're about halfway through it right now.
I'm
once we're finished, we'll do a full review and like talk about it more in depth. Very cool, original kind of like universe and world, and I'm kind of just more interested in seeing more of it, to be honest with you. And it's based on, I believe, like a Russian novel, or it might be a series of novels, so this Russian series. So yeah, very cool.
And I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
The Prey 2, which I really don't know anything about, but I saw the trailer and it looked fucking
Prey
cool as
2,
shit.
the trailer, and from what I've heard, like, that I heard about, like, this past summer, like, the E3 stuff, looks so fucking cool.
I don't know. What are you, like some kind of spy?
Yeah, it looks nothing like Prey 1, which Prey 1 was okay. It was, like, you know, came out, like, 4 or 5 years ago. And it was like a standard, or 4 years ago, it was like a very standard, straight up first-person shooter, kind of like mediocre. It's fun, but not anything memorable. But Prey 2 looks like you're a bounty hunter, you're doing all this crazy stuff. It's like completely different. The world looks incredible. Looks like fucking like Blade Runner shit. Looks great. Looks awesome.
Counter-Strike Go, Global Offensive. I like Counter-Strike. I love Counter-Strike. It's probably the best first-person shooter ever.
It's one of the best, like, competitive first-person shooters, because it's like you're...
That's what I meant.
It's, like, totally, like, even, like, everybody's on the same, like, kind of playing field.
No perks. Just straight up playing.
Straight up shooter. Like, and you actually, you know, teamwork, all that stuff. So anything to do with Counter-Strike series, I'm always interested
and basically, it's just like a souped-up Counter-Strike source. It's better graphics, cross-platform.
Yeah.
Some things are, you know, added... But like it's basically going to be the same Counter-Strike that we all love and adore, I think.
Yeah, but just like a retooled, rebalanced, just for kind of a new generation of players and people that are looking for basically, it's kind of like for people that already played Counter-Strike to re-challenge themselves, like people that have mastered the game basically.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people out there that still play like Counter-Strike 1.5. I know we've been playing Counter-Strike since I was 10.
Yeah,
and you were before he was even playing games. I was playing Counter-Strike. Yeah.
So it's like definitely...
That was like our family thing, like we all land and play
Counter-Strike. You say that.
Oh, Guillermo del Toro's insane. Guillermo del Toro's the director of, like...
movie director?
Yeah, Hellboy.
Oh, 2. Really?
You know, the big Spanish
Yeah,
dude?
I know, I gotcha.
Mimic, like, he's one of my favorite modern day directors, and he's also very enthusiastic about video games, and anything that he's going to be doing, it's kind of, I've heard I don't really know much about it. I know it's like a first-person survival horror type thing. But just because his name's on it, and I know that he's worked very closely with like the graphic designers and the story people, he wrote the script for it and everything like that. And I'm sure it'll be dripping with atmosphere and really creepy. So like I don't know, I'm sure it'll be like something at least to pay attention to.
Next one is Halo 4. I might not play it. I'm not gonna play on the release date, but I love Halo. I didn't really play OST or Halo Reach, but I kind of like I'm not trying to be like, you know, oh, Master Chief's on in it, but I really like, I think Master Chief kind of makes the franchise, and he's really awesome. Master Chief, Cortana, all that great stuff is back. So, and I think it will be like an epic game. Like I think they'll be able to. It's a new team too, though. So we'll see. Like this is their first crack at a Halo.
Yeah, then they did Halo Anniversary. That was like
Common Evolved and the first Halo.
They did their the HD one or whatever. That was like their first like cutting their teeth on the franchise. See kind of what people were like. All right, well it's kind of like what we're gonna be doing basically. Like I'm also pretty lukewarm to Halo. Like I never really got into it, so I don't really have any.
But it'll probably be good. Like I don't think how they can fuck that up.
Yeah.
The last one, or not the last one, the last just
random
one. Guild Wars 2. I'm pretty sure that's coming out this year.
It is.
It is.
Yep.
So like, when did the first one come out?
A while ago.
A long time
Actually,
ago.
I just got into Guild Wars like this past year. Really awesome, and it's free to play. Like you buy the game and it's free to play.
Do you think Guild Wars 2 is gonna be free to play?
Yes,
or
it is.
They're gonna do that?
Oh yeah, it is. No, and it looks awesome. Like go look up some of the Google Guild Wars 2 and look up some of the footage and the classes they're gonna have. If anybody if you're into RPGs and you're into MMOs, like you're into the more of like Diablo style, actually kind of reminded me a lot of Diablo. Like that style in an MMO like format, like check out Guild Wars because that was cool. Like actually the last time I played Guild Wars, I finally got into a guild, and then I was like, all right, guys, I'll be on later. I never played it again.
That's kind of sad because those games are so much better with people.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Like I level grinded to like level 30.
Yeah.
Like I played for like 15 hours by myself, and then using like CPU like bandmates to go complete quests because I'd try to do them by myself and couldn't. But anyways, okay. So what is your most anticipated game this year?
Mass Effect 3. I mean, I'm sure that's a lot of people's most anticipated games. I don't know. I think Mass Effect and Mass Effect 2 are like. It's my favorite game series of like ever. I think it's like Sean's Metal Gear, maybe. I don't know. Like
the way I feel about the Metal Gear Solid series, like that series can almost do no wrong.
Yeah,
it's probably
like,
how you feel about.
Mass Effect. Like Mass Effect 3. I'm just it's better be the last one. When me and Sean talked about that. Like,
yeah, they need to wrap. I want a contained story.
Yeah,
like I just don't want to be like I don't want the Assassin's Creed thing when they're like fucking like here we're gonna make 10 games.
They did close Assassin's Creed though. They did close it with Revelation. They didn't.
No, Assassin's Creed 3 is. We haven't played Revelations yet, so we don't know.
Wow.
But I know that Assassin's Creed 3 is what those games were building up to. Like Ezio and Altair are done.
Oh, okay.
And now Assassin's Creed 3 is probably going to be more Desmond.
Yeah, probably. Which should have been.
It would be cool. It'll be cool. No, they should have did Brotherhood. I was cool with Brotherhood. Then they should have not released the game this year. Brotherhood should have just tied up that whole part. Ezio and Altair. And instead of having, because they padded the shit out of those games, man. Like I couldn't make it through Brotherhood. Like it was just too much padding.
But Mass Effect 3. I know Commander Shepard's a hollow character, but like I can make Commander Shepard what I want him to be.
Well, that's why they're so fun.
Yeah, and like I don't know, I can point the story in the direction I want it to go. And I hope they incorporate the RPG.
They are. Actually, there's 3 different ways to play the new one. They're gonna be able to go the action route, the RPG route, or the story route. Which kind of I don't really understand exactly how. I know if you go the action route, like it auto makes choices for you.
Okay. Well, I hope it doesn't.
Like
that.
No, you have to choose that.
Why would you want to play like that?
I don't know either.
That's fucking retarded.
I don't know because basically then you're playing like a crappy Gears of War.
Oh yeah. Well,
or a good Gears of War, whatever you want to call it. But it's that cover shooter. That's what it is.
That wouldn't be a good. That would be.
No, I enjoyed the story, branching conversations, and all that stuff.
And there's a multiplayer. Basically, what that is, just like a team-based. Like,
which we actually have early access to the beta whenever that starts. So
it might have started already.
No.
Almost.
No.
Sure.
Yeah, they'll announce it.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, Sean, what is your favorite game?
My most anticipated game this year. Drum roll, please. Diablo 3. Diablo 3. The game that they keep saying it'll come out when it's done.
You should appreciate that.
I love Diablo. I actually appreciate Blizzard's philosophy and Valve. Valve is the same way. It'll be done when it's done. Like you just deal with it. Like where you're gonna get a good game. Like you're gonna get a good game because they're not like trying to meet a release date. At the same time though, they can just fucking sit there forever and tinker with it too. So
so that might be a problem. But that won't happen.
No, but I know that it'll probably be coming out within the next like 4 months.
Yeah.
Like they've said it's pretty much done. They're just like waiting. They actually were having some legal trouble because there's gonna be like this open trading thing, this place where players can trade and like buy things from each other, real money, and like there was some gambling.
That's crazy.
Thing where like whatever. But the only downside I see of this game is that you are going to be required to be online to play it.
That might be a problem for some people.
It's a problem for some, but like that's not fair. That's not fair, because basically what they said, they're like, well, people who play the single player, they spend all the time building up this character, and they can't bring that character into BattleNet. Well, why don't you just make it so you can import your character from the single player into the campaign, into the multiplayer campaign, which is the same campaign. It's just you just do it with a couple other people. So it's basically you're just making a 4-person multiplayer game.
So only 4 people can.
Or actually, no. Actually, it's probably more than that in 3. It's probably like 6 or 8. Like probably in 3.
Like you can't have like a huge community though. Like say World of Warcraft. Like they have different like realms. You can't do that.
No, you don't do that. No. They're dungeon crawlers, but they're my favorite dungeon. It's my favorite dungeon crawler series. I actually replayed Diablo 2 and Lords of Destruction over the summer, and I forgot how much I love Diablo. Like I was psyched myself up for Diablo 3 because I saw some beta footage.
Then you still have to wait.
Now I gotta wait. I thought it was like, man, I bet you it'll be out at the end of December. No!
And I bet that game will look like gorgeous, like the cutscenes or whatever. Like, I don't know if there's gonna be cutscenes. Probably won't.
It's kind of like it's gonna be underwhelming graphically. It's gonna be like StarCraft 2 is like underwhelming in graphics wise, but the game is awesome.
Did you see the trailer for it? Like the whole.
Yeah, it looks fucking awesome.
She's in the church. That's crazy shit. That's pretty. That's
pretty
cool.
great.
You should check it out. Actually,
check out the trailer.
Check it out
for Diablo 3.
Well,
that's gonna about do it. Those are our most anticipated games of 2012. Do you disagree with us?
You probably do.
No, it's because we didn't say anything bad about Uncharted 3.
Uncharted 3 was not a bad game. It was a pretty good game.
But it was still a disappointing game. It's okay for a game to be okay just because it's like a big franchise. People kind of got their panties in a twist about that.
I don't know, like what.
Yeah, like what are they? I counted at least 15 out of the 60 comments where you're like, "Fuck you, Uncharted 3 was amazing." Like that's all they said. And I was just like, "Well, that's a great point, man." Well, and then I just got tired of answering it because I was just like, "Whatever, man. Fuck it." But anyways, that's about gonna do it for us on this really long episode of The Natural Gamers. I'm Sean.
And I'm Ryan.
And we're The Natural Gamers, and we will talk to you again next time we have something to talk about. Games 2012.